Now. Make sure we're not. Okay, at least I'm not hearing anything over there. Now, let's see. I don't know if it says we're live. Let me see if we are or not. It says we are, but again, I don't see it on the channel. Nope. What is happening? Wow, there is a real delay there. Oh, okay, there we go. All right. Well, good morning. Well, no, it's not. Well, yes, it is. It's still morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to my channel, Sassy Seer Sheila. Although it's still not coming up on my actual channel. It says private. Why is that? What is going on? Ah, there it is. Nope, that's not it. It says private, so I'm going to have to stop this. I don't know what's happening here. Something different is going on with YouTube, and I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the heck it is. Why that's showing. Why that's not showing. It's not showing on my tablet, but it is showing on my. Okay, now it shows that there are 3 folks out there. Will somebody say hello so I can tell whether or not this is being seen? Because when I look on my desktop, it says private, which means no one can see it. And I don't know what's happening. It says 4 watching, but it doesn't appear. Okay, if you guys can hear me, would you mind somebody saying hello or just put a thumbs up or something in the chat so I can tell? Otherwise, I'm going to have to stop this. And no, I don't have to stop this. I could just go ahead because it's all by magnetic attraction anyway. So now I want to say that I did put out quite a few sessions from the Handbook for the New Paradigm, volumes 1, 2, and 3 yesterday. For those of you that may have been waiting for this, they come out once a day on New Light Streaming Love, but they do come. I just put them all out as soon as I record them over here on my channel. Now, okay, so a couple things. First of all, I got a chance to catch up with my friend Andrew Foss from Oracle Report this morning, and we are looking at doing a few things coming up here very soon. And I would encourage everyone that wants to, keep up with me and what I'm doing and all that sort of thing to subscribe in all the places that you can for me. Now, I wrote everything on here. For New Light Streaming Love, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook, Rumble, and Instagram and X. Now on X, we're New Light Team because it was too much for X. Sassy Seer Sheila is on YouTube, all right, but it's actually Conscious Conversation Central on Rumble. Because when Conscious Conversation Central was taken off of YouTube, I immediately, well, no, when my first video was taken down on Conscious Conversation Central, I went and created a YouTube channel and I linked it to Conscious Conversation Central at that time, as soon as I figured out how to do that. Eventually, all the conversations that have been held by myself and those who have come to chat with me will be uploaded over there as well. And those go back all the way to 2017. Um, and of course, they wouldn't survive on YouTube right now, that's for sure. Um, but at any rate, so Andrew is the administrator of the Oracle Report on Facebook, and he is an assistant type to Laura Walker of the of oraclereport.com, which any of you that have been following me for some time know that Laura's work is really how I came to understand energy and the how and why. I now feel as though we have tools that we can access to give us clues and learn who we actually are, our blueprint, so to speak. I know a lot of folks don't really believe in astrology and that sort of thing, but the truth of it for me is that they all offer puzzle pieces. If everyone can relax their ideas about true and false, and a lot of people have trouble with this, that something can be true and false at the same time, well, I'm sorry, but it's time to open up your little mind to see that that is absolutely the case. Something can be true for me and false for you all at the same time. And I know that's a concept that really boggles some people's brains, but the more you feel into it, the more you really examine yourself and others, you will find that that is so. Your definition of love and my definition of love are more than likely two different things. Uh, I just entered into, opened myself, exposed myself to, uh, I couldn't help myself actually. I saw a comment on Facebook in one of the groups that I belong to that was talking about eating animals and how you're not very spiritual if you're still eating animals, and these sentient beings require protectors. Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing for me, all right, and I've said this before. We actually had this conversation on Conscious Conversation Central a long time ago. And this goes along with getting into your blueprint. This is why I'm moving in this direction. Andrew can help you. He can run your birth chart, and there are some other documents that he gives you when he runs your birth chart that will assist you, right? There are loads of ways, free and nominal fee ways to dig into oneself. This is what I advocate. I'm not trying to educate y'all. That's not what my reason for these lives is. Has nothing to do really with educating you. This is me. I can only see me in this Zoom camera right now. And I'm really just talking to other versions of me. And I know now that me personally, my process is to speak, to enunciate, to tone. And sometimes I have to do it through my own vessel. And so there's not a gun to any of the four people who are here's head telling you, you got to stay here and listen to me prattle on. Because at any moment you can change the channel. Anything and everything I ever do, I want it to be by magnetic attraction and magnetic attraction only. I've never tried to drive any kind of anything, which is another reason why I know for a fact I keep being removed from YouTube, even though I have very few followers. Because it's a frequential thing. It has to do with the fact that I'm willing to question everything and keep it all right here and encourage you to do the same, right? If we are truly all one, if thou art God, which is where I come from, right? That's my premise at this moment. My own current thought process is that we are source, embodied separately. The only thing that separates me from any one of you that are actually watching right now is our physical vessels and the experiences we've had while in them. And that not only colors and filters every experience is through that perspective, which is meant to be, which is why we are all each unique. But so as creator, as the one, does anyone really think that we entered here without a plan, without a blueprint to experience things in a certain particular way? You see, my thought process, and again, this is just my thought process, and it's my current thought process, open to hearing a new puzzle piece to change that, alter that in whatever way, anytime. Always open to hearing new thoughts, new feelings, new ideas that I'm unaware of because I'm smart enough to know I know basically nothing. That's okay. I don't have to know it all. I do know it all somewhere in some part of me as the one. But that which calls itself Sheila, the personality that has developed over the 62 years that I've been on the planet, knows virtually nothing. Things that I thought I knew, that I would have fought you to the death over just a few years ago, I've changed my mind about a lot of that. So I don't know. I just had to say that and to let you guys know that Andrew and I will be doing some things coming up very soon here. And I would encourage anyone who is interested in learning more about yourself to contact Andrew through astrogardens.com. That's his blog. And you can find him. Let me see. I think he gave me his actual email address to direct everyone to. And you can go to astrogardens.com or oraclereport.com. And on the data tab, just click the data tab at the top. You can order, there's a couple of different charts you can order. It's a nominal fee. And what I mean by nominal is I don't think he has anything there over $10, $15. I don't know what the price is now, but it's not much. And he gives you quite a bit for that information. And coming up, what he's going to be doing, what we will be doing together is a little guide to help folks, where to look and how to read the chart, things like that for yourself, right? So look for that to come, hopefully sometime soon. And if for any reason you didn't catch that, just hit me up if you know me personally, and I can direct you to Andrew. But it's the Oracle Report on Facebook, oraclereport.com on the internet, data tab, or you can reach out to Andrew directly through his blog at astrogardens.com and just hit the contact button there. So look for that to come up in the next couple of weeks here. Also, I encourage everyone to go over to Rumble, search for Conscious Conversation Central, and join me there because there will be conversations that cannot be put on YouTube. Those of you, the 35 of you that have found me again, there's some of you that have followed me from the beginning, and you found me without my telling you where I went, which that's dedication, and I really appreciate you for that. Because I have said that if you want to keep up with me, to email me at consciousconversationcentral@gmail.com. But I've never used that email address, and I don't plan to, because the truth of the matter is it's all by magnetic draw. If I'm not trying to sell anybody anything, I'm not trying to, you know, tell you how to live your life or what you should or shouldn't do. This is all about me and my own growth and development. And if that helps you, which I've been told by several folks that it does, so much the better. That's just a win-win situation for me, the way I look at it like that. Um, and quite frankly, I have been so blessed to have my housemate, Lisa Flamino Rush from Heart Song Musings, who is also part of the New Light Streaming Love team. Please go there. Um, these people that I've associated myself with are such loving beings and give so freely of their time, their energy, their love. I'm just ever so grateful to them because they've had a huge impact on my own. They've brought loads of puzzle pieces and things for me to contemplate and see, are they for me or not? And they've contributed greatly to my own growth. And I honestly, that's why I said I feel like it has to be via magnetic attraction, because then I know if you are attracted to me, there's a reason. If I'm attracted to you, there's a reason. We have gifts for each other. And what I mean by that, for what I so far, since I've been on this journey in earnest, since about late 2016, what I've noticed is any being that I feel a strong pull towards, or has a strong pull towards me, there's something there. There's an energy exchange of data that we carry in our fields that we may not be aware of exactly what it is. That's what happens for me quite a bit as a projector in the human design category. I have no idea sometimes why I'm so drawn to someone. There's a couple of beings that I've been, so drawn to. And I know that we have gifts for each other, but they're terrified. And I don't get the chance to have conversations with them. And that's my judgment that they're terrified. I don't know that for a fact. But as I carry uh, in my field the frequency of transparency, it causes some to feel very uncomfortable, right? And I get that, and I'm okay with that. I understand that. So I really do want everything to be under magnetic attraction. So I haven't, made a very big, because it doesn't matter if you don't subscribe. It doesn't matter if you share it or not, because, those that are meant to hear it or need to hear it will hear it. I'm the most important one for me to hear it. So that's why I keep doing it. Oh my word. This is the same card that came out yesterday. Resplendent with grace. So I guess I'm in the same position today that I was in yesterday, which actually I feel very good today. And I felt very good yesterday too, physically speaking. So I suppose that's what that's about. Is there to be one more from here? Oh, okay. No. We are to move to this one. Oh, that one or this one? This one. Yep, this one. Uh, so if you want to hear what that one has to say, go to yesterday's. It's only a 30-minute thing, and you can hear me read that from the book. I do feel as though this is actually representative of this whole past year for me. Corona Rising was taken off of YouTube around, I want to say November. But even before it was taken down, uh, I was in this spot. I've had many conversations with death over this past year. And what I mean by that is I was very, very ill and I wasn't certain what was to transpire. One time in particular, I'm pretty sure I might have actually left. But at any rate, I feel like this is very representative of what I was actually even being asked to do. Because when you look at that posture, that is a being in full on surrender. That is a being who is willing to surrender themselves to the universe and simply allow. And for me, that is exactly what I've been asked to do. Just to allow, to observe and allow and not go into fear. Um, well, fear requires labeling, and I've actually been asked to really examine all of that for myself. And I alluded to this yesterday. I will say it again today. Don't believe anything straight out the gate. I don't. With the advent and the of AI and deep fakes, the ability, CGI, all of these things, how can you trust anything that you aren't personally, physically able to feel, touch, see, question for yourself? At this point in the game, there's too much at stake. The energy of fear denotes fight or flight, and it takes one's focus and attention off of one's self. And quite frankly, it's a very earthly type of situation. And that is what was at the core of my conversation with death, my conversations with death this year. This past year, I was asked specifically, so what are you anyway? Is that physical vessel all you are? Or is that which animates you eternal? So, yes, it is the ego that fears death because that personality will cease to exist once the body ceases. And so God speaks, card number 33. I have 33 in my life path, and threes have been a real thing for me because I really do feel that we are moving away from duality into triality. So, wow is what I got to say about that. I mean, um, again, we've learned to adjudge things. This is from The Journey of Love uh, by Elena Fairchild and Rasuli, which is the same as my Rumi Oracle. Wow. Oh my word, y'all. I can't even. The divine is speaking directly to you. Underneath the silence, there is the endless music of love pulsating throughout the universe. Within that sacred sound, there is guidance. It may or may not have words. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access when you are still, relaxed, dancing in a yoga practice, or even half asleep. It assures you that behind any struggle or challenge, there is only ever the divine seeking you, calling out, calling you to surrender some fear or doubt or other so you can move closer. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else. For in truth, no matter what may appear to be, there is nothing else. That's a true statement. Feel that in your body, man. This oracle brings you guidance. You are being loved into becoming. If you have at all listened to any of the new paradigm, handbook for the new paradigm that I've been recording and putting on the channel, you know that set of benevolent beings channelings talk about the fact that we are human beings that are actually human becoming. Wow. You are being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you are being nudged, know you are being nudged by the divine. Wow. I can't be, wow. Especially after the comments that I had that I participated in this morning on Facebook. I was nudged. I generally don't feel the need to say things to people who comment on Facebook, but I was nudged and I promised to follow all my nudges. So I know that this is an answer to my question. Was I really nudged to do that, or was that my ego? This is an answer to that for me right now. I'm going to read that again. If you feel you are being nudged, know you are being nudged by the divine. If you feel you are being held back, know that you are being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you. When you are captivated by the beauty of nature or an illogical sense that everything is okay, listen. That's the divine talking to you, reassuring you that all is unfolding according to spiritual law in perfect cooperation with your own destiny. I cannot tell you how many times I've labeled something as horrific, evil, bad that happens to me or that I've done. And then I turn around and find later down the line that that had to happen to get to this inner standing, to get to this, whatever this is. Sometimes they don't feel logical and they don't look, and because of our experiences, we label such as bad because that's all we've had all our lives to compare it to is it's bad or it's wrong. Recognize that we have, all of us, no matter who it is, been programmed and conditioned from birth in good ways and bad ways. And we have a hell of a lot of deprogramming and deconditioning to do. And as long as we remain open to being shown, hey, is this really the right thing, the right way, the right whatever? And I'm being shown by my own self, not somebody else out here. And that's the thing that I feel like all light workers really need to get. Your job is not to show the way to everybody else, because what makes you think you know the way? The divine will show you the way for you, not for everybody else. It ain't the same for everybody else. Just like what I do may not be for you. Everybody has to come to that in their own timing. Absolutely, I get it. But you see, as light workers, then we turn around and feel like, oh, we got to save humanity. We got to save the sentient animals. We got to do this and we got to do that because you've been convinced by something else that that's for you to do. Your job as all one and yet singular is you and you alone. Work on you. I remember in school, don't you remember getting the program and you don't pay attention to your neighbor, you pay attention to yourself. You pay attention to your own stuff, and that's about all you can handle, by golly. I'm trying to get all of this 62 years of incorrect programming in check. I ain't got time to worry about what you're doing. You know, and the last part of this here is when the first sound was born, the air was filled with fantasy, like the flower's sweet perfume, alive in the moment. There was nothing else, only the energy coursing through my body and the tears on my cheeks. I was carried away on the strings, each note striking a chord within and answering with emotions of my soul. How priceless the surprise, how powerful the memory to be with the violin when it sings. Wow. Well, like I said, mostly these things are for me. They're not for you unless it resonates for you. Personally, I feel like if you've been drawn to me, to this live at this moment, then more than likely there is a message here for you. Um, does not mean that it's absolutely the message for you. And I got to tell you, the fairies want to come out for some reason today. I thought we were over, but no, I'm being told that the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud and Jessica Macbeth wants to come out. And they haven't been out in for, well, none of these cards. I haven't done this in quite some time. So I guess they want to come and play. See, and I apologies to myself and to the other beings that I know surround me. I've been on private sojourn, is what I'll call it, within. And so I haven't actually done a lot with the fairies lately. And who we have but Well, sometimes I can't read that writing. Card number 49, which is 13 numerologically, which for me is the number of the divine feminine. Um, there is something about the number 13, uh, not just that it's the divine feminine, but and I'm not quite sure exactly what, and I know that someday I'll be shown. But when you think about it, there was the 12 apostles and Jesus makes 13. You have, 12 months in a year and all these kinds of things. There's something about there are 13 moon cycles. There is something about the number 13, and I've always associated it with the divine feminine. And so who this character is Mickle a Muckle. Everyday blessings, play, and mixed blessings are the key words here. Mickle, aka a mixed blessing, is a Grig of good family. As you have doubtless heard, Grigs are merry, so merry that they have become proverbial for it. They want you to be merry too, with a childlike open heart. Well, that's actually what is being said here. Wouldn't you agree? Uh, I said full on surrender, allowing, because God is speaking. And here, the open childlike heart. Mickle informs us, quote, little things come in good packages. He is a little thing, and therefore is good and well packaged in his skin. This is fairy logic, and I'm not responsible for it. Mickle can be foolish, silly, playful, and absurd. He is fond of goofing off and considers play to be an art form and himself a fine artist. This is my my new way of living my life, I have to say. That's what is behind my saying, move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. That is exactly what that means. So, uh, he understands renewing the spirit and recreating the body and emotions. He knows that all of us have a child within who needs to play and be cherished. He also knows we need to make mistakes so we can learn from them, which is how he got the title A Mixed Blessing. When we stop pretending to be adults for a moment, stop trying to live up to some impossible and probably boring standard, we can regain the clear, direct vision of a child. We can, like Mickle, see things as they really are. And we can focus on the present moment, which is our only place of power. Here and now is where we can do things, change things, and enjoy real things instead of mere ideas and dreams. Mickle reminds us that the past is past, gone forever. The future is just a dream, and now is the only time we have, moment by moment. Mickle is a great adventurer, an explorer of life. He leads us to hidden, surprising, magical places if we let him. Lighten up. What is needed here is the benefit of a childlike, trusting heart and childlike wisdom, seeing directly into the true nature of things. Don't complicate matters. What you see is what you get. Don't look for hidden and subtle meanings and motivations because they are not there in this case. Go to the heart of the matter, the simple core hidden behind complexities. Don't be so caught up in thinking about the future that you can't see what is happening now. Welcome adventure into your life. Try something you've never done before and take the time to play with Mickle before you turn into a grumpy glumph or a worn out word. Wow, I personally feel like all of these are saying basically the same thing. And I really I'm so glad that I've decided to restart this for myself. If not for any of you that are still here but still refused to let me know who you are. You don't have to. There's no big deal, but um I hope this was helpful for those of you who do find yourself drawn. I know it's actually confirmation for me of some things that I've been contemplating. So I appreciate your presence here, and I love you all so very much. If you are new to the channel and you would like to subscribe, please do so. I would encourage that if you like to be part of my lives, to hit the notification bell. I'm considering it's been coming up the last 2 days actually that it's time for me to do another live at night where will read a card for any who would like to be read. And I love doing that because it helps me hone my own intuitive processes. So if that's something that you're interested in, please do make sure you hit the notification bell. I I always I will put out a notification in the community tab if I feel as though I'm going to do it. I always wait until the moments before. I never know how I'm going to feel from one moment to the next. So I don't like to necessarily schedule those kinds of things. I just, if the feeling strikes, but I have to say that I have been being guided to begin that again. So either tonight or tomorrow night. And if I do it, it will probably start around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can look for that if you like. And I guess that's it for now, guys. I love you so much. Thanks for being here. Mwah. And I hope that you too really will begin to follow that which brings your heart joy in each moment that presents itself to you. I really do feel as though there are more than one perspective to consider, no matter what the situation it is that appears to you, even the most awful. If we allow ourselves a few moments instead of just reacting to things. That's how this all began for me. Actually, my spiritual journey began because I noticed that I was reacting rather than responding. And if one reacts rather than responds, that's a trigger. That to me, I now see that as a trigger. And it means that there's something for me to look at there. Something, a trauma that is trying to make itself known to me, a program, a default program that I want to examine to see, is that program proper? Is that something I installed or was it installed in me? Because quite frankly, that I've found a lot of that sort of thing. And so that's just for me. Again, like I said, I keep it all here. It's not necessarily for you, it's for me. Be well, my friends. Till next time, have a lovely Friday.